minutes. I was like, oh man, I hope I'm not late. Hi, Maria, Maria. You remind me of a West Side Story. I love that song. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. I was in meditation before this, and I am like in a trance still. Like, it made my energy very peaceful. 5 out of 5. Yay! Oh, look, it's my mom's birthday, 9/16. My mother, my angel in heaven. Oh, thanks for the hearts. That's sweet. So everybody can hear me okay? Okay. I forget they make you choose like where you have to wait 60 seconds between a comment. So I'm sorry about that. I'll tell you what, it's been quite a ride today. How'd you guys make it through the solar eclipse? Oh, that's fine. She's a busy woman. Yeah, she's awesome. I like her. I've just been in this daze. Yesterday was kind of a struggle. A little bit on the struggle bus with the energy. But then Source took me to my knees basically in the car and was showing me exactly what, like they showed me how to cry. And they showed me that I don't know, like I get mad sometimes and I'll say something about somebody, that did something to me. And they're like, you don't know what emotion goes with what you're saying. So they were helping me put word like emotions to the things I've been going through. I'm like, my God, I'm 42 years old and I still haven't figured that out. But then I was like, wait a minute, this is new to me. And that's something that they wanted me to mention tonight. A lot of people, when we're complaining about somebody else or something that happened, they want us to start shifting to recognize what the emotion is. Because the emotion is your powerhouse. Your emotion is where you manifest. Isn't that crazy? The one thing that society teaches us to keep inside. Like we learned this from our parents and generation after generation to not feel. And all this time, feeling is your superpower because that's where you manifest. So you can say the lip service, you can say the words to the universe, but it's not going to matter if you are emotionally feeling something else. Yeah, very deeply programmed. And one thing that they pointed out to me was I've been trying to skip emotions, and it's something they wanted me to share with you because other people are doing it too. So they tell me to be positive, and I'm trying to take this advice. And then I'm saying something like I have a feeling, but that I know it's a negative thought and I know it's a negative vibration. So I don't want to focus on it. But they're saying this keeps coming up in different scenarios, and you're not putting two and two together that it's a different circumstance, same energy, same feeling. And so, similar things were happening in different circumstances and exuding that same emotion, and I wasn't getting it. And they're like, we need you to name the emotion. If you don't know the emotion that you're feeling, how are you going to shift your energy? Because when you want money, you have to think about what it's going to feel like to have that money. What's the feeling behind it? Okay, that's what they want you to focus on. And when we think about things in a general point of view like that, it's deep. It helps us. It makes something very complex very simple for human beings, and it's something to really consider, guys. I know we're taught not to be emotional, and I'll be the first one to admit I hated crying. I swore after something happened to me in sixth grade I would never let anybody ever see me cry again, and I lived with that, and I got really hard because of that. I put a chip on my shoulder, and I was a bitch to people, and that's just a pattern that I learned. That was like my defense mechanism was to do that. And I guess a lot of people were doing these things for a long time and they don't know that's why. They don't know that it's like a pattern that keeps repeating itself because of a defense mechanism we have that we're not recognizing. And Source said that's the wave that we're having right now because I'll tell you, from experience, I've been doing readings and I've been doing them all back to back. And I'm noticing when I do this, I'm noticing the themes with different signs that are attached to the same vibration, the emotional set point. But then each week, it's like the energy shifting from one thing to the next. And we, as human beings, I would never have put that together until I started doing readings the way I've been recording them recently. And I'm noticing, like, okay, this way, this week is this wave. This is what everybody's focusing on. But there's different storylines within that topic. It's crazy how it's been playing out. And they're telling me now until the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of energy shifts, a lot of ascension. So you will find yourself having all kinds of weird symptoms. And they want me to point that out. The energy is raising. There's a lot of contrast happening on the planet, which is pushing all of us to raise into our higher vibrations. And, that's the whole point of the contrast. But some of us are not going. There's going to be a radical shift for those who are still with this. There's going to be a radical shift in the energy. And this is all coming through meditations that I've been doing for the past 2 days. Like, downloads have got me kind of woozy. So they told me there's going to be shifts in what you're going to experience in the body. Everybody has ascension symptoms, but if you end up having vision issues, like they're saying that the vision can get really intense this last quarter of the year. And they wanted me to point that out. Like, if you wake up, sometimes when I wake up, it's like somebody put Vaseline over my eyes. It was like, whoa, I cannot focus. I can't see a word. Everything's blurry. And it takes me 10 minutes to adjust to that. And it always happens when, yes, honey, the light flickered. So that's my mom or my brother saying you're on point. And they wanted me to point these symptoms out. That way you don't think, like, freak out and think something's terrible is happening to you. Oh, thank you, sweetie. My daughter. So the one thing with the eyes, it's scary because when I had that happen to me, my ex-husband has MS and it started in the brain, optic neuritis, and he had that happen. So I immediately panicked. And then when I realized this is happening, when I have a lot of vivid dreams at night, when I have a lot of vivid dreams and I'm like astral traveling, which we all do when we go to, when we lay down, that's when I wake up and I have those visions. So if you are somebody who's having a lot of vivid dreams, or you start and that happens to you, it's normal. It will go back to normal. Okay. Rashes on the skin can get pretty intense. So make sure that you're hydrating your skin and hydrating yourself with water. That'll help with that symptom. What else they want to meet? Something, pressure in the feet, especially the right foot. You may find when you're sleeping or when you're just going to sleep or just waking up, you will feel pressure in, like, the arches of your feet. That is energy that they're helping your body acclimate to a higher to the higher crystalline grid that we are living in. So I finally cracked my shell. What do you mean? Huh? What'd you say, Cece? I don't know. Anyway, so then another thing, and this is something they want me to point out that happens with every soul when they die. They go through, kind of, well, a life review. But it goes like this. Like, you have people who meet you, you have family members who meet you, you have, your guide, your angels who are with you your entire life, and they see you go through everything. Oh, oh, yeah, I cracked my shell. I did. I finally cracked it again. Finally. I had a hard time doing it. So yesterday when I was really hard, I'll just tell you, and this is what they want me to get to. So it's a good, I thank you for mentioning that, Cece. My mom overtook my body. I was driving, and all of a sudden I can feel when the energy starts going through my body, and I can feel the tingling right here, and then it starts to tingle here and my nose, and then my mom started speaking through me. Immediately it was a shower of tears, a shower of tears. And I thought, what is going on? And then she started speaking to me. And how some people want to know, how do you know the difference? Well, the difference is I had no idea what she was going to say. I was learning it as she was saying it. It was like a conversation, but I'm listening. And there were certain things that she would say. It was weird. And it's been happening to me a lot more. She was helping me cry. And one thing that they wanted me to point out is My mom, she's not the same person she was when she was here. So when she went back, she had to, it's like she looked at her life, all of these life experiences she had here. All of us do this, like a little globe, okay, a little orb, a globe. And you look at that and you see memories, and you feel how you made people feel. So she knows how she made me feel in every scenario. And I don't want to be mad at my mom or angry with my mom anymore, and she's been asking me to get angry with her. And that's something that your ancestors wanted me to point out. Even the ones that you don't know, they can see where their patterns have contributed to your current reality. It's gotten better with each generation, but they want me to point out that it's just like my mom, she healed a lot of things, and I'm over here angry with her because she left a lot on my plate, is what I feel like. But then when I realized, I started hearing stories about what she had been through, and I'm like, okay, well, thank you, mom. But it helped because when she had me crying, she was helping me cry. She was apologizing to me for not showing me things that would make this part of my journey easier. She said it does get hard for her to watch me struggle through these things that I don't know how to do because I've never done them. I've never been exposed to them. They're asking me to do something. I don't know how a feeling is. And that's where people are getting caught up. And they wanted me to point that out. Ancestors are really wanting to come through and speak to you guys more, um, then you are acknowledging them or recognizing them. I will say from experience, I have very, like, maybe one or two memories with my great grandma Rosie, and she's been showing up a lot. And it started because I kept getting an email that had the name Rose, Rose, Rose. And I'm like, why is this showing up? I don't even know what it is. And then I look into our old family Bible, and her birth date's been showing up like crazy too. And then she gave me a downloaded meditation about something I'm doing now that is healing a pattern that she had created because her mom created it. So your ancestors want to help you in meditation. So that's the next thing. If you're meditating, your ancestors would like for you to call them in. You will feel tingling on your fingers. You can feel, like, sometimes I'll feel them tap me here. They usually tap me in a lot of places. If I fall asleep during meditation, they'll give me a big shoulder. Like, if sometimes how you get that thing up your spine, well, that's them. But this, I can literally feel them, like, move my arm. Your ancestors are wanting to do this with you, but some of you wouldn't probably freak out if that happened and nobody explained that to you. If, like, all of a sudden your arm just jumps like somebody hit you and you don't see anybody there, you're going to freak out. So they want me to point out that the more we meditate with all of these intense energies for the rest of the year, you're going to find that you start feeling, hearing, and seeing things that you haven't seen before. You're not crazy. You have heightened energy. So that is what they wanted me to share with you at this time. The other stuff, I'll share it another time. All right. So let me get into the cards. We just had that um, powerful new moon. I am in a daze from this meditation. It's crazy. Okay. So, hold on. They want me to get the rest out. Oh, all right. Ooh, ooh. Okay. What do you need to release? Expect powerful change, and you're very close to achieving your goal. This is okay. This goes with everything that I just opened up with. We are very close to achieving our goals, collective. We are close to achieving those goals, and that's why we're in this prime time. Like, all of this stuff's going on around the world that's terrible, and the wars and all this shit. But it's like, for those of us who are rising, we're going to feel like rock stars, where the least becomes the greatest. And the end of this year, this is like preparation for 2025, which is a lot of energy being revealed in that year. And just know that you're going to go through some things. Maybe you get really tired one day, and you don't, you kind of try to push through it. On a day when you wake up and you're just really tired, you probably had a major energy upgrade, and you need to kind of just relax and let that energy integrate. It can make you very, very sleepy. So don't think that, I mean, it is the winter months too over here where I'm at. So um, that can make you sleepy as well. But if you get really tired, just know that you're probably just going through an energy upgrade. If you're not, overdoing it, which some people do. So you have heightened energy, Maria? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it does make sense. They kind of put me through the ringer this week with, being the example for you guys. So they put me through all of these things so that I can come and share them with you to let you guys know what you're going to be going through, or confirm what you have been going through. So, uh, something. Hold on. All right. I'm just going to say it. Somebody watching right now, which is not many people, so your chances are very high. You're going to win the lottery. Huge pot. Somebody's going to be winning the lottery. Now, they're not going to tell me when, because if you knew when, you would mess it up with putting your thoughts. Okay, so this is how law of attraction works, and this is how this is going to work for the people who resonate. We don't have many people here, so that's a good lottery pot, good chances. When you want to manifest something, and if you haven't played the lottery before, if you get a ticket and you win $2, get excited about winning those $2. Because when you get excited about that particular topic, like you're focusing on winning money and you get excited about winning money, the universe is hearing, oh, you like that? Here's some more. And the next one, you may get a winning lottery ticket. That'll be $300. The next one may be 1,000. The next one may be 1,000,000. You see what I mean? It's like the more you get excited about winning, when you do, the more positive momentum you put towards attracting that ticket. And secondly, oh, I just left my brain. Hold on. Don't get discouraged if you get one and you don't win anything. It's just you doing that physical act and focusing on that just shows the universe that you are interested in that. You're grounding the energy in that way. You're showing the universe that you're interested in winning. And when you get excited, the universe is going to do that. But if you bitch and you complain when you don't win, then the universe is going to say, oh, you don't like that? Here's some more of what you don't like. The universe only hears yes, it doesn't hear no. So it's an inclusion based universe. We have to remember where our focus goes, that's where our energy is going to flow. So, yeah, not many people. So that's good chances. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, ever all four people watching this came back winning the lottery in some form or fashion? I'm going to go buy it. And I'll tell you, I win the lottery, smaller pots. Like I've had 1,000, 1,500, 500. I'll tell you this, every time that source has led me to a ticket, it has always been through something else. I'm not never like in my house, like I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket and then go into the store. It's always some like meandering rendezvous that they've taken me on where I think I'm getting distracted or an impulse is really strong to go get a coffee, and then I walk into the store to get something and there's like, oh, there's a lottery machine here. I did that. I went into a random restaurant that I wasn't supposed to go to. I was actually going to a doctor's office. All of a sudden, I'm like, ooh, I want to go to that restaurant. I go in and there was a lottery machine right there in the front, and I bought one ticket and won like $480, and I bought another ticket and won $50. So, and that's what they want to point out. It's every time that I've won, it has not been something that's been planned. I'm not going to be positive. I'm going to go purchase a winning lottery ticket. They will show you. They know where the lottery tickets are, where they're ready and where they're going to hit, how close you are, and what they can do to get your attention to get you closest to that lottery ticket so you can buy it at just the right time. I've had it happen many, many times. So keep that in mind. It's not something you're going to be able to plan. That's why they don't want to tell you, because when we know as humans, we mess it up. All right. That was awesome. I really like that they gave all that. Okay. Something's hidden. Like something is hidden right now, collective, that you are supposed to know, but you're not supposed to know yet. Because when I look at it this way, it's like until you completely change your perspective by releasing something that no longer serves you, which means like changing your perspective on something that you need to release, then you get to have this big, huge, joyous moment. If you get it now, it could be too soon. It's like this last quarter of the year is a huge integration phase for energy. So something that's keeping you up or did keep you up. And I do kind of, I don't know, it's going to be different for everybody, but I do get a relationship energy is what I'm feeling. Okay. Now these came out in the clump. I'm going to see what they are. Yeah. Look, heartbreak and moving on from that. So and this was a theme that came out in this, the videos I created yesterday that go out the third week of October, they're posting. There was a major theme of the people's heartbreak, different scenarios, different parts of the world, completely different people. And it's like the energy is the same, the emotion is the same, and that's what you are healing. So something that you didn't something that really broke your heart, something that kept you up for many, many nights, maybe like inundate your thoughts when you're at work or you're hanging out with friends, but you're really focused on something else and worrying about it in your head and pretending to be happy. Things like that. Your perspective has completely changed on that. And now that your perspective has changed, what was being hidden from you is now being shown. And that's how they wanted me to do the card. They showed it to me in my head. I've never done it that way. And you've there's a communication. This has been planned, and Source wanted me to point that out. This has been planned by Source. Okay, they have been planning some type of huge epiphany, an aha moment for you to meet somebody, and it could literally be somebody you buy the lottery ticket from that I was just talking about. That you, I don't know, somehow the meetings with strangers right now are really important. You will find that the last quarter of this year and the first quarter of next year, there's going to be a lot of new energy coming towards a lot of the people in the collective. It's could be just friends, it could be new coworkers, in a lot of different ways. You're going to be inundated with a lot of new energy because you're finding your tribe where you are currently, and if you end up having to move, you'll find your tribe there. Now, partnership, right there. It's that you being this energy, whatever you went through, a heartbreak that you had, whatever. I mean, and I'm not talking about any heartbreak. I'm talking about something that has completely rocked your core, something that you still can't get over. That is the thing that is driving you into this independent energy. It's meant, that pain is meant to trigger you and push you into a new path. If you're staying on the same path, doing the same thing that you've been doing and still hurting, then at that point they're wanting you to know it's kind of your decision. You have the opportunity and option to change any given time. And you may not be able to change your physical circumstances right away, but you can change how you feel in the moment. Because no matter what, like some things just happen. Shit happens, right? And when shit happens, you can choose how to react to it. You may get pissed off for a minute, but are you going to let it ruin your night or your week or your month? That's what I'm getting. Something that ruined you for months. I mean, this is a doozy of a heartbreak. This is something that's literally changed how you interact in relationships. It is. It's somebody, and it's something that you went through. But that's the whole reason you have this new cycle coming in for you. There's a new era here. So you want to be in partnership, but you also know that it's better to be financially independent, feeling good about yourself and making plans towards a future that you want. Somebody here wants to get plastic surgery. They're showing me like an operating room and a knife, and then they go whoop, like boobs, but it may not be your boobs, but they're doing that. They're doing that because they knew I would understand what that meant. All right, I understand breast augmentation. Somebody wants to get surgery. So let me they're not going to leave me alone until I address this. They don't recommend it. That was a card that came out. Why don't you recommend it? They're saying it's for the wrong reasons. Not the wrong reasons. Whatever your reason is, it's like something that you would regret, and in the future, and you're going to end up getting them taken out. And they're saying that the surgeon really isn't great either. That it's if you want to do it, it's just best to wait until there's a little more healing done, because you're not going to like the job that the surgeon does. Hmm. Look, and then I said, well, why are they doing it? And then you got the Knight of Cups. So are you doing it for somebody in a relationship? Are you doing it? Who's the Knight of Cups? If you're doing it for somebody else, don't do it for somebody else. Okay. That was just a side message. They were making me get that out. Oh, why do I keep getting all these weird notifications? Hold on. I can't see the chat. Hey, Paris. How are you doing? Paris, I see you there. I ordered supplies. They're supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna bring my first little art project for you. So when you're done, I thank you for the email. I love the picture. That was really good. Okay. So let me see. Whoever broke your heart, they were like emotionally stunted. It's like how they say, when I took adolescent classes in college, I had to take psychology, adolescent psychology. So when I took that, they're saying, like, when you have trauma in your childhood, whenever you have that trauma and it's not healed at that point, it literally blocks part of your brain from growing. So you don't grow, so you don't get into that frontal lobe where you get into the emotion center and, being able to have impulse control. And they're saying that's why a lot of people tend to be drug addicts when they're older, because they don't know how to deal with it and they don't have any impulse control. And they wanted me to point that out because somebody's really struggling with an addiction. It's not going to overtake you. And this is somebody here, because when I do these lives, I try to do it for the people that show up. I want to be able to tap into your energy and help you out. But somebody who's struggling with an addiction, thinking that you're never going to get on the other side of it, you will get on the other side of the addiction. It is not going to overtake you. The feeling that you have is immense, but they're letting you know you're doing so much better than you're giving yourself credit for. If you have like a relapse and, or whatever it is that you do, don't beat yourself up about it. Just know that you can get back on track. You didn't make it today. Maybe you'll make it tomorrow. If you don't make it tomorrow, maybe you'll make it the next day. Never stop trying. But please stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. You're going to make it. It's just taking a little longer than you had hoped for. All right? Keep at it. You're doing a great job. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Look, you can do this, guys. Everything, all the pain that you've been through. So take all the pain that you've been through, and I want you to, I don't have anything here. I don't have anything. So just picture all the harsh pain that you've been through and put it into a balloon, and then you blow up the balloon. And they're saying they want you to take a deflated balloon. All your problems are already in there. What the pain that you experienced is already in there. And then when you blow it up to the point where it's almost about to pop, they're saying that's how astronomical the manifestations are that are going to be rolling in for the collective who's been staying at it and going strong. So hang in there. The last leg of anything is usually the most difficult, but that's when the sweet results come in. And they wanted me to point that out. If you're feeling like you're struggling a lot, you're right on the precipice of a breakthrough, and they want you to be proud of yourself. That feeling of urgency, that feeling of I can't do it anymore. Sometimes just giving up is how you win. Sometimes it's being really easy. It depends on the topic. But they're telling me they want you to know your problems may be the size of my pinky right here. But then they want you to take a balloon and blow it up. And it's those problems, as you heal these little tiny problems the size of my nail, they want, like, all your blessings are 100-fold. And they're like trying to give me a good example here, and it's like coming through kind of choppy. But that's what's happening for the rest of the year. And they're bringing back the overindulgence energy now, because I've got the Three of Cups in reverse here. So the overindulgence, heavy partying with the Three of Cups in reverse. It's like extreme partying for no reason. You're just doing it. Maybe gossiping. Three is a crowd. They want you to stay away from that energy as much as possible. It is going to that the partying and overindulging in certain things, it's going to affect the energy if you are seriously wanting an energy upgrade to be able to have all these new spiritual gifts unlocked. That's something that's going to have to be addressed. So that could literally be the thing that you need to release. Okay? Whew, all right. You like doing it? Good. Look, so that's what they're saying. You giving up the overindulgence and the excessive partying brings in the real party, brings in the party that brings along the abundance, the prosperity, the money, relationships with like-minded people, because the type of work you're going to be doing is going to be what you planned when you came here. Like, everybody plans, every one of us made a plan before we came here, and we got to pick what kind of things that we wanted to do in this life and what we were like. That's why we like get drawn towards certain things. Like, oh, that just felt really good. That felt like home. That felt natural. That's because that's what you planned to do when you came here. So that's you following your life purpose. So that's what they're taking you to. And the last step of releasing what you need to release, it's the partying. I don't know. This came up. You know what? The video hasn't posted yet, but if there's a lot of Virgos here, I think it's the third week of October, they brought up something about staying home more in the Virgo reading, I'm pretty sure. And the reason I remember that is because I was like, oh shit, I hope Cece doesn't take this like it's hers. Cece. Oh, did she? Okay. Oh, Maria, what's your question, dear? I'm ready for you now. Crappy ankle, broken car. Virgo gang. I love my Virgos. If you add in that extra, when you add in that extra sign, that it changes me from a Scorpio to a Virgo, which I don't. My mom was a Virgo, but I don't have that like organizational gene. When it comes to a house, I just probably don't like it. August 31st. Woo. Yeah. That's what Andrew turns into, yeah. Is Maria? I don't see Maria's question. Hey, Cancer? You know what? I love Cancers. My North Node's in Cancer. And every Cancer I meet has been sweet. They're so sweet and like soft spoken and easy to talk to. They're very receptive. They make you feel comfortable. My nephew's a Cancer. I love Cancers. Do you want to type your question in the box, Maria? They've been screaming at you and you can't figure it out. When you say that, what are you doing when it happens? They want you to pay attention to what you're doing when it happens. Hold on. Sometimes when I channel, it helps me to scribble, so I'm going to be like looking around while I scribble so I can channel for you first, Maria. I have a pen. new job? Do you not think you have a lot of options? Oh, wait, you responded. Hold on. Yeah, usually stressed at work. Okay. Yeah. They're saying they want you would do better in another place. But they are telling me the next place. You like your job? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what they were giving me. Like you're staying because you need the money, but they're saying you can make money, better money somewhere else. Let me see. Hold on. We use these for you. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I was. Okay, what did I say when I was channeling? Yeah, I was saying it's job related, and you feel stuck. Is what I something to that effect. And you've got the trapped card. It says you feel stuck in your current situation, but you do have options. Look for another job while keeping the one you have for now. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, or if I didn't say it, that's what they were giving me. I'm telling you, I can't tell if I'm talking sometimes. They've been talking to me so much. Hmm. They're saying, I mean, there's other jobs that you could get that you would actually like much better than where you are. I'm not done yet, Maria. I'm sorry. Okay, this is what I was going to say. So stop wasting time in dead end jobs and find your true passion. It's fine to experiment, but don't settle for less than you truly deserve. So they're showing me that there's another job that's actually available now or close to now. Like it just feels like this time that is available if you do some research that you would actually enjoy more. Um, and get paid more, but it still would be a temporary job because you're going to be. Yeah. Okay. They're saying you're going to go on an energetic ride, and what they mean by that is they're taking you. It's like they're moving you, maneuvering you in your life, taking you through a path because you're going to be changing careers altogether. I don't care how old you are, and I have to. They wanted me to point that out. I don't care how old you are. There's something about you're going to be changing careers altogether, like the type of work you do. Don't settle. You got some really good skills, and I don't know that you know it. All of them. You may know some of them, but I don't feel like you know all of them. Yeah, you don't know all of them, and that's what I mean. Look, do you hear what I just said? You don't know all of them, and this says you may need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. Didn't I just say you didn't know what all of your skills are? And then the education card comes out here. That's what I mean. Like it's something that you haven't even learned yet is what you're going to end up doing. But in the meantime, there's something that's better for you. That's going to make you more money. Wish come true. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries. It's just what you need, Maria. Yeah. Did it? Huh. Yeah. That's what I mean. There's something they're taking you on an energetic ride is what they're. But it's like almost like a magic carpet is what it looks like in my mind. It's like they're taking you on an energetic ride, and through this, some experiences that they are leading you through. That's where you find out about this, and it's going to be an epiphany. It's an exciting epiphany, and you're like, it's almost the energy you feel inside. I would compare to seeing a child standing there jumping up and down and moving their feet a lot because they're so excited about something. And then this is okay, and this could be a part of it. You're called to serve as a mentor for someone or as a role model and guide who can show the way. So, Maria, something based on your personal experiences is going to have something to do with the type of work you do in the future. Just let you know that. Plus, you're going to be learning new skills. You don't even know you're good at this yet. You will. They're telling me that your work will end up wanting you to come back. They are going to try to get you to come back when you do leave this job, and you will. You will leave this job, and they are going to try to get you to come back. They don't recommend you taking that. hmm Let's see. Okay, see what I mean? Yeah, they're saying there's like conflict when you. I don't. Is there conflict now? Is I mean, this is the difference in the environments that you're going to go. In your current environment, it's like a five of swords. It's a five of swords energy, but the new job that you're going to be doing is a 10 of cups energy. So that would be disagreements maybe with people at work, a high stress job, having too much put on your plate with less pay, things like that, where you're going to find a lot of freedom, and maybe you don't even realize there's a lot of conflict. That's what they're giving me. When you go to this new position, they're telling me that you're going to realize, like, oh man, I didn't realize how stifling it was there until I got to this job and felt free. Yeah. So even if you don't feel that level of stress or conflict where you are, I don't know, I feel like you do a little bit at least. um, you're going to notice the difference when you go into this new position. It is going to require you to do some research though. Hold on, how is she going to find this? This is going to bother me. Like, I'm trying to get, they're not giving me how you're going to get the information. Sometimes they do. I'm trying to get it for you. Hold on, let me grab this card. How is she going to get this information? They won't tell me. How's she going to get this information? Just tell me. Through conflict. Through conflict. Look at this. That's the two cards that came out. Okay. Yeah. Your things are going to get so uncomfortable. They're not going to tell me how, but you know the ins and outs of where you work. They're telling me things are going to get so uncomfortable. Look at this. You've got the 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords, and the Hermit. There's your job search right there. Like, I can't be here anymore. This is too much stress. This is. So it's like something isn't as bad as it's going to get yet. I hate to tell you that. But it's like that's what pushes you to go look up elsewhere, and that's how you find the job. So you can do it on your own. And you've got 2 5s here. 5s are all about change and conflict. And then you got a 9 and a 10. You're at the end of a major cycle. This is something you're going to be really happy when this happens, when this transitions. Let me see if they'll give you a time frame. Is this my cards? Yep. I've personally found out from experience I don't like to have the time frame because it's frustrating. Oh, okay. on. 1 to 3 months. And in order to do this, try to stay as happy as you can. Now, obviously, if an emotion keeps coming up, that means deal with it. Like I explained at the beginning, that means deal with it. But 1 to 3 months, so the end of this year, you see, that's what I mean. This is like a major time for a lot of people. If you still fight it, because this is your choice. Like, this is the energy. They're just letting you know what's available to you, how the energy's flowing now. So if your energy's flowing this way now, and they're telling you 1 to 3 months, but there is a possibility, it depends on you, and this is your choice as a human, your freedom, your free will. If you decide to stay there because it's real bad, like, you're going to have a few opportunities, up like 3, to be able to, like, I've had enough, soul search and find this position. It's like this position's being open and held for you in some way, is what I'm getting. And but there's a possibility that you may not, it's really bad at work, but you decide to stay anyway. You decide to stay anyway, and if you do, you're not, it's like you won't get the next opportunity that's good for you until 6 months. So you can have it in 1 to 3 months. If it gets bad at work, it's like, don't. And I hate that it has to be that way for you, but it's what they're giving me. It's like things are going to get so uncomfortable where you just, like, you know what? Something's got to give. I need to change. Something's better for me. I know it. That's what puts the fire under you. Do you get like a lot of responsibility put on you? I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of extra responsibility on you for some reason. Like, you may be kind of the go-to person when they want something done. They know that you'll do it. That's what I get. All right. I think that's it, everybody. Is there anybody else that wanted a question answered? A question answered. Sorry, I'm just checking. I am in these meditations. I've had so many today, and the downloads have been so intense that I feel like, not woozy, but just kind of, I don't know, like I'm walking in a tunnel. It's weird. Like, is anybody else feeling that? It could have been from the solar eclipse. Let me see. Good time to go on a new adventure. I'm telling you, this last quarter is preparation for all the new adventures. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exhausted. I don't really feel tired, exhausted. I just feel like I feel peaceful, but there's been so much energy flowing. It's like, I feel like I'm in a tunnel. It's weird. All right, everybody. I think that's it for the evening. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everybody being here. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.